147, yes. 147 to 140. Double overtime, which include clutch threes by Damian Lillard. He played 52 minutes in the game, but that's not the story. He scored 55 points. He playoff record, 12 threes.
He made threes to send each into overtime,
including
down
2
each time. But I'm talking about like step back threes with people in his face.
Yeah, on him.
Relentless.
And the best part is that one of the greatest plays of the game was Jokic and that pass to Michael Porter Jr. in the corner.
Nasty.
How the hell did he make that pass? But we're not even talking about his performance. But Michael Malone called it superhuman, what he saw from Damian Lillard.
Well, you got to put it into context, though. I know you said that's not even really the story, the amount of minutes that he played, but you got to think about the amount of minutes, and like Jay said, the things that he had to do with playing those minutes, knocking down threes to send it into overtime. You know how heavy, Jay, how heavy his damn legs, no matter how much shape he's in, to be able to mentally, the fatigue, to be able to do all of those sort of things and still perform at a level. Yeah, the points are cute because it's 55. And the 12 or 17 from 3 is very cute. But put everything together and think about that performance with the minutes, the fatigue, the legs, all of that. That's the impressive part for me.
And what channel was it on?
It was on NBA TV.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to have NBA TV.
That's why Dame always feels disrespected. Like, once again, granted, Lakers losing, big story. I understand.
Well, that's always the story with him.
And it's always a story. But, that was one of the best games I've seen all year. Like that. And if you're Dame, you're frustrated because, first off, you're frustrated because you lost. Obviously, you want to win. But, that's the narrative we've been talking about for Dame is when is he on Broadway? When is that his game on Broadway where it's getting the national recognition?
But before we get to that, because it's funny you say that, let's get to Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, because Lillard, after the game, and, again, it's a fantastic performance, one of the great performances in the history of the playoffs. 80 points he scored or assisted on, the most in playoff history, tied with Russell Westbrook from about 4 years ago. So here's Lillard, though, after the game about his unbelievable, historic performance. He didn't really care about it.
Dame, can you just describe emotionally where you're at after this?
Tough loss, man. It's do or die now, so we got to win both of the next 2 games if we want our season to continue. As simple as that.
But after what you gave, just personally,
it don't matter. We lost the game, so at this point, all that matters is we can't lose another game in this series. So we go out there and we play to win the game, and we came up short.
That's Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Guys, this is a player who, Jay, you're a basketball junkie. You know him. Basketball fans know him. Key, you know him because you're a Lakers fan. You're a basketball fan. But sports fans don't know enough about how good. He's one of the best or worst kept secrets or how you want to put it in sports. And mainly because he's in Portland. He doesn't want to hear it. He's been hearing this for years. But it's a shame, he's over 30 now, that we don't really get to enjoy a talent like that on the national level as much because his team just isn't a national level team.
And I understand where he's coming from. When you perform at the level that he performed at last night and you lose a game, that's not the story. The story is we trying to advance, and we know how tough it'll be in the next 2 games to advance. And what I would say to that is he's supposed to say what he said. But what I'm going to say for him, and I beg and I plead with him, is to get the hell out of Portland, okay? Because I want to see Dame Lillard win a championship or at least be put in a position to win a championship again. I know a couple years ago he was in a Western Conference final. It didn't happen. Golden State had too much for him. But here's a guy who reminds me a lot of Larry Fitzgerald, who's going into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot, who essentially did great for Arizona Cardinals. There's no question about it. Had a chance to play in a Super Bowl, but in the end, he didn't win the Super Bowl. And because I'm such a fan of his, I'd like to see him finish the deal. He stayed in Arizona too long, in my opinion, where now it's like he's done. His
loyalty is one thing, right?
But it's at some point, I think Dame is going to reach that and say, you know what, I may need to do something different. Even though he's fighting it.
Does he get there?
Because
I want to
see him do it.
He's been fighting this off for years. He has admitted to friends, privately, never says it publicly, that he's kicked it around,
sure he
but he
has.
keeps coming back to the loyalty factor.
Well, I think a lot depends. I'm not sure Terry Stotts is the guy. And that's going to be the question for them moving down, like especially with
He's
it
been there a
not
long
getting-
time.
He's been there a long time. They haven't really got it done. Let's remember they're also playing against a Denver team without Jamal Murray.
Yep.
Right? So the fact that they're down 3-2, it takes a Herculean performance like this from him for them to actually be in that position. And you see some of the shots that he was making last night. I mean, look, you're down 3 with 6 seconds left. You have to get the ball outside the three-point line. The defender knows that. He plays it, and he still makes a shot. It's just ridiculous what you see Dame do. But I'm not sure you just see Dame pick up and leave. Everything about Dame is the guy that wants to just say, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do it the way other people want me to do it. I want to do it my way. And I think there's that battle ego-wise for him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, really, again, after this is over. Now, the series, of course, isn't over, and the way he played after this, how could he have the energy even to come back for another game? But he's going to have to, and that's really what we've seen out of him throughout his career.